Grassroots Yoga channel. Tonight I'm going to be doing some yin for just serenity. And here we are surrounded by the woods at the park. I will have it next Sunday also, on Sundays at 6 o'clock at Howland Park. So just if you want to go ahead and get started, we're going to get started with some wonderful yin for peace and serenity. So we're going to start grounding ourselves here, mat, and we're just going to sit in easy seat meditation. Just take a few deep breaths here. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Just allow yourself to arrive on the mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take another breath in and a breath out. If you don't have a block, see if you can grab yourself a block if you haven't grabbed one yet, because we're going to use the block for one of the poses this evening. And okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and start in open heart. You're going to come into tabletop first of all, and you're going to reach your arms out long in front of you. And just bring your forehead to the mat. And you're just going to open up your heart here. Let your heart and your back, your spine open up, your rib cage. And every pose we do here in yin, every pose is going to be about 3 to 5 minutes. That gives our body time to open up. And we always want to make sure that when we're doing the yin poses, you want to feel the sensation, but you don't want to feel pain. You want the sensation to be on a level no greater than a level 5 on a scale of 0 to 10. So really anywhere from a level 3 to 5 is what you want your sensation to be. And as we move through these poses, we'll be doing some talking. I want to talk about acceptance this evening, kind of opening up. Yin is a practice that is very healing. It's meditative. And yin is a wonderful practice to do before meditation. It's a segue to meditation. It relaxes your body and it slows down your brain waves. And it helps you so that you can meditate with a more relaxed mind, a more open mind. We're just going to breathe naturally here. You're going to feel this really in your thoracic spine here, maybe your shoulders. Yin is a practice that helps to create more hyaluron or hyaluronic acid in the body. That is what bathes our connective tissues. And our connective tissue is really what connects everything together in the body. It connects the muscles, the joints, the bones, the ligaments, even the cells. So there's connective tissue all throughout our body. And whatever part of our body we're focusing on in a certain yin pose is stretching out that connective tissue in that area. And so as we hold the poses for a little bit of a length of time here, 3 to 5 minutes, when we release from the pose, what happens is all the hyaluronic acid just floods the area. And it helps to heal any connective tissue, any areas. It just helps to heal the body and just flood the body. Yin is often referred to as a fountain of youth because it does this with our connective tissues and our hyaluronic acid. It also helps to slow down our brain waves. It helps to relieve stress in the body. And so in that way, it really helps us to stay youthful and healthy. This is some time that we can give to ourselves, to take care of ourselves, to give ourselves some much needed love and attention. To take care of others and to love others, you first must take care of yourself and love yourself. Like the song says, to make the world a better place, all we need is love. And all we really need is to love as Christ loved us. But you must first start by loving yourself. And just take care of yourself. That is self-love. Just taking care of yourself and allowing yourself time. So much hustle and bustle in today's world. We rarely take the time that we need for ourselves to heal, to decompress. And Yin gives us this time. It's your time to shine. Nelson Mandela once said, "Who are we not to shine?" Melting heart is a good pose to begin because it lets us just kind of arrive on our mat. And it lets us get ourselves set for the practice of Yin. Go ahead and we're going to very slowly, very slowly come up out of the pose. We're going to come up to tabletop. We're just going to do a few cat-cows here. So on an inhale, we're going to do cow pose. Lift your belly, lift your chin, drop your belly, lift your chin, press the ground away, drop. And then on an exhale, we're going to come into cat. We're going to round your spine, tuck your pelvis and chin in, Just moving very slow in the yin poses. So inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. We're going to go ahead and meet on our stomachs here. We're going to lie down prone here on our mat. And the next pose we're going to come into is open wings. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to bring your right arm out long on your side here. Bring your right arm out long. And you're going to bring your left leg back behind your right calf here. Now your left arm can stay long on the mat in front of you. This is the shoulder opener for the right shoulder to begin. If you want a more challenge, you can bring your left hand behind in your back pocket. So whatever is most comfortable for you. This is the shoulder opener. So the connective tissue in our right shoulder, the front of our right shoulder. Right now we're compressing the connective tissue. We're stretching it. Again, you never want a sensation greater than a level 5, so we don't want to hurt ourselves or create any pain. If it's too much, you can always come out of the pose a little if you need to. Just find what's most comfortable for you, because we're going to be in this pose for about 3 minutes. In yogic teaching, there's something called samskaras. The samskaras are impressions on our souls that are created by our thoughts. So what we think affects us. It affects the way we feel. It affects us at a cellular level. Also, constant stress, constant worry, that affects us at a cellular level. And yin is a way for us to slow down and take away the stress and the worry and to decompress. In yin, sometimes people will cry. It brings out a lot of feelings or a lot of trauma that have been held in muscles. The deep muscles of the body. Sometimes people say they see colors as we move deeper into the yin practice. They might see different colors. And that's normal. That's all very good and well to see the colors. Or even feel as if you have to release some tears. It's all a part of healing. Well, this samskaras, the idea behind the samskaras, if you expose your mind to constant thoughts of anger and resentment, these anger thoughts create waves in our body at a cellular level. And it builds up what we call anger samskaras. The anger samskaras will lead to occasions for anger throughout your daily life. Maybe a bad temper, so we can try to exchange these thoughts. Instead of thoughts of anger and resentment, jealousy, or even self-doubt, disappointment, replace those thoughts with thoughts of love and thoughts of joy, and you can begin to find peace. What you feel in your heart is affected by your thoughts, and your thoughts affect what you feel in your heart. So the mind and the heart work together in unison. It's very important to be mindful of your thoughts. You don't want to create those feelings inside yourself. We're going to go ahead and come back to our stomach. And we're just going to bring both of our arms down by our side. When you move out of a yin pose, you want to move slow, like you're moving through honey. Bring our arms down by our side. We're just going to have our right cheek or our left cheek on the mat. And we're just going to feel the difference. See if you can feel the difference in your right shoulder versus your left shoulder. That right shoulder might feel more warm. You might have more sensation. You might feel even cool. But you'll feel the blood. You can feel the hyaluron just flooding the area. That's feeling, that sensation that you feel is the hyaluronic acid flooding the connective tissues there. We're going to go ahead and do that open wing on the left, so bring your left arm out. And we're going to go ahead and bring our right foot behind us. You can have your right arm out long on the mat if that's comfortable, or if you want to bring it in your back pocket. So as your mind and your heart work together, and the thoughts can create the feelings inside of you. You may not be what you think, but remember what you think you are. it slowly, nice and easy, easy, slow. We're going to go ahead and bring both of our hands down by our sides, our arms by our sides. And you can lie on your left cheek or your right cheek. I'm just going to lie here for a moment and just feel the echo of the pose we just did. In yin poses, it's good to practice stillness. It's sometimes hard to find stillness. But when you find stillness and you practice stillness, it helps to slow down the brain waves. It makes the alpha wave slow to delta, decompresses, and releases all the anxiety in the mind. The next pose we're going to come into is Sphinx. So we're going to stay on our stomachs here. We're going to stay on our abdomens. And we're going to bring our elbows under our shoulders. So we're going to bring our elbows underneath our shoulders and our hands up to the top of the mat. You can spread your fingers so you're up like a sphinx. And we want to go ahead and press the tops of the feet down into the mat. And just kind of lift up out of your chest here. And if it gets tiring for you, you can bring a block. This is a good time to use your block under your chin or bring it under your forehead. Because we'll be in this pose for about 3 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and just open up here. Sphinx is very good here. The focus on the Sphinx pose is in your lower back, your lower spine. They say a Sphinx a day keeps the doctor away. It's so good for your lower back. And we carry so much in our lower backs. We walk all day long. Even when we're sitting, all the pressure is in our lower back, our lower spine. So this is a wonderful healing pose for your lower back. When we're in any of this yin poses, Sphinx, or any of the poses, recall you don't want a painful sensation. You do want to feel it. You want an edge. You want to feel the edge. And it's no more than a level 3 to 5 on a scale of 0 to 10. There are 3 phases of the yin pose. The first phase is to find the edge. So you want to find that 3 to 5 level of sensation. And then the second is to actually just settle into the pose, just settle yourself in. And the third phase is just to allow time and gravity to do the work. So we're compressing the connective tissue here in our lower spine. And when we release ourselves from this pose, that area is just going to flood with the hyaluron. You want to find the stillness in this pose and accept, if you can find acceptance for the sensation that you're feeling in the pose. Acceptance is not trying to hold on to or control the situation, but just being in the moment. See in your body where you feel the tension, where you feel the pose. Connect to the area and see if you can release and just let go and just relax. You feel the tension, but see if you can just let that tension go. See if you can't connect to what you feel as you release and let go. And just become still. Our muscles and our cells and our physical body hold the tension, holds on to the stress, past trauma. Immune allows the body to open, to release, and to heal. If the pose becomes more challenging or a little uncomfortable, you can come up to seal. It can also give you a little bit more of a compression in the lower back, so bring your arms out long, come up off your elbows. You can even bring your legs, your feet out a little bit wider on the bottom of the mat. Go ahead and come back down to the Sphinx if you're in seal. And then we're going to go ahead and come up here, push up to tabletop, and we're going to stretch back to downward dog and just kind of let that area just flood with that hyaluronic acid. So we're going to come back to down dog, and we're just going to settle here for a moment. Our knees down to the mat. We're going to go ahead and come on down to lie on our backs. The next pose we're coming into now is the banana asana. Banana. So the banana pose. We're going to lie on our backs. And we're going to bring our right feet, both of our feet over to the right side of the mat. And you're going to kind of scoot your torso over to the left. You're going to bring your arms up above your head and bring them over towards the right side of the mat. You're going to take your right hand and catch your left wrist. And you can bring your left foot and cross it over your right ankle. So we're stretching the intercostal muscles in between our ribs. We're stretching the IT band on the outer left hip here. We're essentially stretching the whole left side of the body in the banana asana. See if you can't be still in the pose. If your mind starts to wander when you're in the pose or any of the poses, see if you can bring it back to the present moment, to the sensation that you're feeling. Or you can focus on your breath to bring yourself to the present moment. Focusing on the breath is the most ancient form of meditation. When you are still, or actually in tune with everything around you, if you can relax and just allow yourself to open up. Just practice mindfulness, being right here in the moment. Roy Masters is the creator of mindfulness meditation. So, you are worshiping Him who made you and inviting Him to continue to remold your life and maintain control over your destiny. Go ahead and let go of your left wrist and uncross your left foot. And we're just going to come to the middle of the mat. Bring that left arm down gently and slowly like you're moving through honey. We're going to do that on the other side. So scoot your hips, your torso over to the right. Bring both feet over to the left. And cross that right foot on top of that left ankle, your left wrist, your left hand to grab your right wrist. Your head can be in the direction of your asana, or your banana asana to the left, or you can look straight ahead if you'd like. Whatever feels best in your body. I'm just going to open up our right side now. Roy Masters also said, the windows of heaven will open and you will experience such an outpouring of abundance and blessing that you will hardly have room to receive it if you stand in awe of God and what God has brought, which includes you and me. And this speaks to one of the yogic practices, samadhi, which is the essence. The essence of samadhi is, in yoga, profound connection. So that can mean profound connection with God, with yourself. And as you practice yin, you can become more connected with yourself. See if you can't just allow yourself to be here in the moment, to be present. And that is mindfulness meditation, being present in the moment, being still. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, we can learn acceptance. And acceptance is like lying in a field and watching the clouds go by. You can't change the clouds. You can't make them into shapes that you want them to be into. You just accept that they're there. Acceptance is letting go of what you have no authority over, like the clouds. What you have authority over, that is where your focus should be. Your will, your time. release our hand and uncross our feet. And we're just going to gently, very gently scooch to the middle of the mat. Bring your arms by your side and just let your legs fall open. Your feet fall open a little bit more than hip distance. A mini Savasana for a moment. Just feel the echo of the toes in your body. You can feel the sensation. You might feel more open, more alive. All that hyaluronic acid that's flooding the connective tissue in your body. We're going to go ahead and grab our blocks. So if you have to rock and roll, come on up. We're going to move right back down on our backs. Grab that block. And we're going to come into supported bridge. So it's best to start with this level of the block. You may go ahead and move to this level or even this level. But it's best to start on the lowest level. And you're going to put the block right under your sacrum, your lower back. And your feet are about hip width distance apart. Your knees are bent. Your arms at your side. This is also, we're really working on our lower back here. Emancipation of the mind is through meditation and stillness. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God, says God. So if you find in stillness, you can find your way to God. Go ahead and if you can stay in the pose as is. If you want to bring the block up a little bit more, you can, or you can just leave it where it's at. You can also bring that left leg or that right leg down long if you want. It gives you a little bit more of a challenge. If you want to try both legs, you could do that as well. You'll only be in this pose for about another minute. So whatever is most comfortable for you. If you feel like you want to get a little deeper, you can change the level of the block or bring your legs out long. And whatever sensation you're feeling, as long as it's not pain and it's no more than a level 5 out of a scale of 0 to 10, see if you can just be still and sit with this sensation and see if you can't just let it go. Let it all go. Bring both of your feet back to the mat if your legs are out long. Slow, 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 like you're moving through running. And if your block is elevated, just bring it down to the lower level, the lowest level. I'm just going to sit here for a moment. And then just gently remove the block. We're going to come out, lion, another mini Savasana. Oh, and just feel that in your lower back. Feel that healing happening. We're going to come up to seat. So we can go ahead and just go ahead and maybe rock yourself up nice and easy. Watch that lower back. Just nice and easy. And we're going to come into butterfly pose next. So we're going to bring our feet to touch. And we're going to go ahead and just gently hinge at the hips. Just fold over as much as you can until you feel that sensation. You feel the edge. You're going to feel this one we're concentrating on our inner groin, our outer hips, and our lower back. A monk in Vietnam, Thich Nhat Hanh, he became a monk at the age of 16. He said, to live in the present moment with the people around us, helping to lessen their suffering, and making their lives happier. Practice mindfulness. If your mind starts to wander, remember, just bring it back to your breath. You can say to yourself, I breathe in, I breathe out. And just allow time and gravity to do the job. Open up and to heal. Up nice and slow, and just go ahead and bring your knees together, and we're going to bring our legs out long on the mat. We're going to go ahead and bring our arms up high. With the exhale, we're just going to hinge nice and gently at the hips and fold over into caterpillar. Caterpillar works on all the connective tissue and the whole back side of our body. So up the backs of our legs, even the bottoms of our feet, our lower back, all the way up into our neck and the base of our skull. finish up. So we're going to go ahead and come up to our knees here. And we're going to bring our right foot in front of us on the mat and the left leg long. We're coming into dragon. So you can stay up high. If you like, you can bring your forearms to the mat. If you have a prop, if you want to bring your block, you can bring your block. Set your arms on a block if you'd like to do that. This is a very deep hip opener. So we're opening our right outer hip and our right inner groin. And we're also opening our left hip flexor. Our hips are some of the largest muscles in our bodies. So we hold a lot in our hips. We hold a lot of our stress and even our past trauma. So this allows release from all of the stress and the trauma. We release it when we come into our hip openers. And you just remember, want to keep that sensation level no more than a 5 here, because this is a good deep one. If you need to back off, you can always back off. If you can just let your body open in its own natural time, you can do that. You want to come deeper, again, you can bring your forearms down to the mat. We have about another minute in this pose. See if you can focus on the sensation that you're feeling and just let go. If you are on your wrists, if you're on your hands, this is also a very good stretch, a good yin pose for your wrists. them out. Bring that right knee back to meet the left. And we're just going to do some hip circles here. Go ahead, you can actually circle your wrists as well if you were on your wrists. Just get that hyaluronic acid to flood the areas. And we're going to do 3 hip circles one way, nice and slow, like you're moving through honey. We're going to go ahead and do it the other way now, 3 times. That's a nice deep hip opener. We're going to do that on the left now. So we're going to bring our left foot up and we're going to slide that right leg back. And we're just going to come lean down. You can, again, bring your forearms to a block. You can stay up on your wrists. Or you can bring your forearms all the way to the mat. In time, you may be able to open up that deep. It's okay to start up high on your wrist, or forearms to the block. And then maybe as we sit in the pose, you might want to open up a little deeper. Just mind your sensation level, and you never want to feel pain. This is all about healing. You are going to feel the edge, but not pain. Go ahead and gently come on up out of that pose. Bring that left knee back to meet the right, and now we're going to do 3 hip circles one way. And then we're going to go ahead and do 3 hip circles the other way. Before we finish, we're going to do one last pose here. we're going to do toes pose. So you're going to go ahead and bend your toes back behind you. You're going to come up high on your knees here, and your toes are tucked underneath you. This is to relieve the pressure from our feet to help with plantar fasciitis. And we're just going to go ahead and gently sit back on our heels. Only going to be in this pose for about 1.5 minutes. This is a very intense pose. This is so good for runners or for anyone because we're constantly on our feet. Our feet are our greatest servants. They carry us to life. And so this is a really good way to give our feet some love. This is very intense. You can bring your hands behind you if you'd like, or you can bring your hands on your thighs. And if it gets too intense, it's okay to come up a little bit and relieve it. See if you can't sit with the sensation. This one's pretty intense. If you can focus, bring your focus internally inside yourself. Maybe focus on the sensation you're feeling, or even focus on your breath. Gently come out of that. You can bring your hands to the mat. Slow, slow, slow and easy. That's a very intense stretch. And it's nice to bring your toes out on the mat here and just tap them out. Tap, 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 tap. Nice and gently tap out your toes. I'm going to come to a seat. I'm going to come to lie on our backs. Go ahead and bring your hips in, your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And we're going to go ahead and bring our knees stacked and our ankles stacked gently over to the right. And bring your left arm out long like a wing. Your right hand's on top of your left knee. Let's do a supine spinal twist here. Give our lower back some love. We really did a lot of good lower back work tonight. Bring your knees back into your heart center. Give yourself another hug. Get your knees stacked. Bring your arms like wings. Bring that left hand on top of the right knee. That right shoulder is as close to the ground as you can get it. You can gaze over your shoulder. You can look up in the direction of the ceiling or the sky, or you can look in the direction of your knees. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Bring your knees back into your heart center. Give yourself another hug. And as exhale, we're going to come into our final resting pose, Savasana. Let your feet fall open a little bit more than hip width, and your arms are at your side. Just absorb all the fresh, clean, clear new energy you created in your body, the healing and the peace. Shavasana. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring your knees up to the mat. And roll over onto your left side or your right side. Use your bicep as a pillow. I'm just going to pause for a moment. Come back up to seated meditation. Thank you so much for practicing with me this evening in my sunset inn in the woods. Please feel free to drop a comment down below and tell me what you think of my practice. And I wish you all love and peace, joy, health, happiness, and prosperity. Until next time on the mat, namaste. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Well, I hope this brought you all some peace, and practice it as much as you want. I encourage it. And it's also a good time right now, actually, to try to meditate, even if it's for just 5 minutes. Your mind and your body are in a good place right now to try to meditate. All right. Peace.